What's up, you guys? It's Zamara, and I just came back from watching Star Wars Rogue One. And yeah, every time I make a little review like this, I like to speak my mind. So yes, you can expect for me to spoil a thing or two, but I'll keep this brief, nice and short. So the movie is undeniably pretty good. It kind of started off slow. Like, there were some parts in which I was genuinely a little bit bored because it was too much just just dialogue and just coming together with a plan to execute some stuff. And basically this movie is just about how the Death Star came to be, if you will, and then most importantly is how Princess Leia got her hands on the plans to for the Death Star and how to destroy it and whatnot. So honestly, I feel like we didn't need this movie. Like, it doesn't really fill in anything for the plot when it comes to the sequels. But don't get me wrong, it's a good movie to watch. I enjoy it. I'm glad it was produced. I'm glad it exists. And I just gotta say that my favorite character has to be the droid. He was such a fun character. And then my favorite actual person has to be that I forget his name already, but he is the blind guy, and yeah, he's just super skilled. And I am so glad that we had a character like him in this movie, because it really made me eager to see more of him, and I love that type of action. So at any rate, I was pretty shocked that this is a Star Wars movie that didn't have the you know how at the beginning they have those yellow letters and it scrolls, and first of all it has the title Star Wars zoomed in, and then all of a sudden it goes away, and then you have the summary of what's been going on. They didn't have that in here. I knew it would be missing because I saw this trending on Twitter a while back, but the transitioning into the movie, really there isn't any at the beginning. It's just you see Lucasfilm and then boom, diving into the planet like it iconically typically does. So yeah, and then the music score was pretty great, and I have to say that my favorite track has to be the slowed down Darth Vader theme. And while we're talking about Darth Vader, I want to say this is my favorite Darth Vader appearance and performance thus far. All I have to say is that his lightsaber is the only one present in this film, and honestly, that's all we needed, because he is even more brutal and ruthless than ever. Despite his brief appearance, it almost feels bittersweet, because it's like you want to see more of him, but at the same time the little bit that they gave you is satisfying enough, so you just embrace it. But yeah, he's definitely my favorite villain ever in Star Wars. So it was so good to see him back and everything. The pacing of the movie, I found myself confused once or twice, because you kind of have too many new characters that you really don't have much of a backstory to, and they're just being presented to you. And then the very ending was expected, but at the same time it feels weird because you're not used to watching a movie to where everything that is being built up just suddenly gets thwarted. I don't know if I should... Well, I did say this was going to be a spoiler talk, so, but yeah, I'm not gonna say it, just in case someone accidentally makes it this far, who hasn't seen it and doesn't like spoilers. But But yeah, it's just strange because, yeah, it basically, it almost reminds me of X-Men. A lot of things happen, but suddenly that third movie happens, and then they make something, a new movie, to undo the happenings so that we can have a continuation. You know what I mean? So in this movie, it's like, yeah, you see progress, you have a plot, you have a story, but all of a sudden at the end, it's like all of that gets erased in a sense. But yeah, you guys, Star Wars Rogue One is definitely a pretty enjoyable movie. To me, it doesn't exceed The Force Awakens, but I don't think it's meant to, because this is pretty much the first movie in chronological order, that, you know, the first installment for Star Wars. Like, if you go chronological, Rogue One is like, it comes before A New Hope. So, and yeah, so like I said, I'm glad the movie exists. It's not the best Star Wars I have seen. It does not really give me the same level of enjoyment I had for The Force Awakens, but it was good. And really, the reason I struggle to talk about it now is because I'm trying to tie it in with the original Star Wars, but it's been so long since I watched those movies. But yeah, you would definitely have a smooth transition from Rogue One to those movies, that's for sure. Everything ties in pretty well. But I do feel like the new characters, it would have been great to see them. And something that my boyfriend said that I'm going to repeat, because I absolutely love the fact that he said it, because I had sort of contemplated it, is a fight that we'll never get, that would be legendary, would be to have Darth Maul versus the blind guy that appears in this movie. You guys, let me know what you think about that, because I sincerely think that would be the most epic thing ever. And it would be awesome if we could have that happen, even if it's just like a 20-minute episode somewhere. But I would definitely pay to see that. Alright, you guys, that is all that I have for you on this matter. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts. Because I like to just hear from you. And yeah, all I have to say is I'm looking forward to 2017, because there are so many good movies coming out. And then we have episode 8, so that's gonna be something. I guess that's why I really wasn't impressed, like hyped about this movie, because when I watch something, I like for it to move forward. It's not like I like to go back in history to be like, oh yeah, this is what happens, the first chapter to everything that you know. I just like to move forward, progress, keep going. But anyway, so yeah, you guys, I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.